Welcome to Liquidity Narrative, our weekly liquidity mapping. So we are watching this level as the areas where liquidity lies for this week. So in this briefing, we define the key liquidity levels and the market structure for the pairs we are analyzing for the week using our weekly dealing range. So these are the areas we are watching this week. Let's move to the weekly time frame to see exactly what we are doing. In our briefing, we are using our weekly dealing range to map our liquidity for the week. This area are the levels, the highs and the lows within them are the weekly dealing range where we are looking at. So remember, the objective is not prediction, but we are identifying where liquidity sits and where price is likely to deliver and use them to our own advantage in trading this week. As you can see, as last week, we are market respected this order block on the weekly time frame as we analyze. So moving down to the daily time frame, we are actually looking at this level, the order block here, as a place market could get back to, and maybe this lows as at last week. So market actually got to this level. We are looking at this level. We wanted to see price before the market resume. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what we had before the market resume. We said that the market has already responded and reacted to the weekly order block here, that we wanted to see price get to this level to give us an entry or this level after taking out some levels at the above. So likely market respected this level but didn't get to this lows on British pound USD. So this week, what are we looking at? Market respected this level and draw up. This is where we are. So moving down for this week narrative, what are we looking at? Still using our dealing range because it's still intact. We are watching this high, our dealing range. We are watching this low, our dealing range low, and price apparently is still sitting at the premium side of this level. Like we always said, in every trade, in every service, we want to sell high, we want to buy low. We want to sell at the premium levels, we want to buy at a discount level. But then we don't sell, we don't buy until price gets to a certain level at the premium zones. We don't buy until price gets to certain level at a discount level. So even when we said we want to sell at a premium level, we want to buy at a discount level, does not mean once price gets to the premium, we sell. But it gives us the idea to start looking out for something that price could be reaching out to give us an entry to do what we said we want to do. So on the weekly time frame, what is the likelihood where price is drawing to? We've seen price respected this order block as at last 2 weeks, and this is where price was as at last week, and then price has rebalanced itself on the daily time frame. So on the weekly time frame, we can apparently say price is drawing next to this external range liquidity, which is the high we've mapped out here, which is the 37.34 level after maybe taking out this daily. But on the weekly time frame, this is what price is likely to be reaching out for. Then if we drop on the daily time frame, this is where we are on the daily time frame. Where are we? We can see this is our daily time frame dealing range. We can see price dropped into the discount level before the buy took place. As at last week, this is where price is. Price hasn't reached to this external daily liquidity or external daily range of liquidity, which is the 36.58 level, as we can see. So our eyes is still on this level. What do we want to see? We want to see price being drawn to this level. The question now is, will price get to this level before going back to rebalance itself, or will price rebalance itself before getting to this level? That's the reason we map out all the areas where liquidity is. Now, if we drop to our lower time frame, maybe using the 1 hedge or the 15-minute time frame, I like using the 15-minute time frame, whichever time frame that is okay for you. That's where we start looking at where the liquidity lies and where are the area we might likely see liquidity being taken, and then expect a reaction to take a buy or a sell if it's the other side. So these are the areas where we are looking at price to get to If price continue to buy, maybe price have to get to this level to give us a reason to start looking out for a buy. We watch this level. This is the first level we are watching out. Then we watch this other block on the daily time frame. If we move to the daily time frame, this is an order block. So we want to see price either taking out this price doesn't really need to get to this level, but price might apparently get to this level. This is an order block on the daily time frame. If price get to this level, we are looking out for a reason to take this trade higher. Price get to this level, which is on the 15-minute time frame where liquidity lies. So liquidity lies on this area we've mapped out on British Pound USD. Going back to the 15-minute time frame, so we watch this level for liquidity runs. We watch this level, which is an order block on the daily time frame for liquidity runs. We watch this level also for a liquidity run. We watch this level. The question is price, or the truth is that price doesn't need to take out all this liquidity, but these are guide where price might likely run liquidity to give you an entry signal using your entry pattern. Once price get to this level, we start looking out for a reason to buy this level. So, but we want to see price getting to this level on the daily time frame, running out this external range liquidity. If price run out this level first, then we want to see a rebalancing to this level. That's why we don't tell you fix to start. I want to start buying here and then to look out for a sell reasons here. But the place where price is apparently drawing to on the weekly time frame is this external range liquidity. Price doesn't get to those level at once. That is what we are watching out on British Pound USD this week. So if we move down to our next pair, we're looking at Euro USD. We've already mapped out our daily range. Our daily range on the weekly time frame for Euro USD still remains this level, this high and this low, the high being the 1928 level, and then the low being the 1413 level. So this is our daily range, and price also is sitting on the premium zone of Euro USD. As you can see, what price did last week, it has been a bullish week. So if we drop to the daily time frame, what are the places we are looking at price to? As at last week, this is what we had. We wanted to see price dropping to this level on the daily time frame, price respecting this order block, or getting down to this daily external range liquidity before going up, and price apparently gets to this other block as at last week before going up. So here we are this week. What are our expectation? We still have another order block here, so price might likely get to this order block before continue to go up. What is price seeking on the weekly time frame? First, like we said, price is looking out at this level before it could get to this level. So if we drop to the daily time frame, what is price also seeking? Price is looking at this level, which is the 1797 level before it could get to the 1849 level, before it could get to the 1823 level, before 1849 level. Then what are the areas where liquidity lies? Liquidity lies on the upside, this level, which is a high on the daily time frame, but then we want to see price rebalancing itself first or taking out liquidity on the upside. So if we move to the daily to a lower time frame, which is maybe the 15-minute time frame or 5-minute time frame, depending on the time frame you might use on a lower time frame, these are the area we said liquidity lies. Liquidity lies here, liquidity lies on the order block on the daily time frame, liquidity lies here, liquidity lies here. These are the area we want to see price returning to before it could continue to go up. If price then gets up first, if price take out this liquidity, then I want to see price rebalancing itself. But if price resume and then get to this level first, then I want to see price giving us an option to try to seek this liquidity on the upside on the daily time frame first before it could reach out for the weekly external range liquidity here first, here next, here last for us on Euro USD. So we watch out this level that we've mapped out to see what price is going to do, because liquidity apparently sits on those level to see the reaction and a reason to trade this pair, Euro USD. That's what we are looking at on Euro USD. Like we said, we are not doing any prediction. We are just mapping out liquidity and narrating price action. The next pair we're going to be looking at next will be our Nasdaq, which is Nasdaq is here for the past how many weeks. Nasdaq has been on the run to the upside, whereby giving us no historical charts to use for this pair on the weekly, as our weekly external range has been taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For the past 6 weeks, Nasdaq has been on a bullish run. So because of that, going down to the daily time frame, we'll be using the daily time frame to see exactly where we are looking at, daily time frame and lower time frame to see exactly where we are looking for entry. We will apparently continue in the way of Nasdaq, which is bullish until a reason is being shown to us to take the trade down. So where are the likelihood price might draw to before we could also continue the buy, which Nasdaq has given to us? If we drop on the lower time frame, we start to look at the liquidity below those levels. So we watch for liquidity run on this level we mapped out on Nasdaq, this level, this level, this level, before the fair value gap on the daily time frame, before the order block on the daily time frame. So until Nasdaq gives us a reason to stop buying, we assume that Nasdaq is still on a bullish run. And remember, using seasonal tendency, Nasdaq is in the season of bullishness. But remember, nothing is permanent. It could change at any point in time. But we watch out this level on Nasdaq for our buy opportunity. The level we've already mapped out, liquidity resides on this level on Nasdaq. These are the area where we are looking at on Nasdaq to take a buy this week. And then remember, is not prediction, it's structure over speculation. This is our narrative this week. Have a lovely week of trading and let's see how the week goes. All the best.